or welcome back
to Books and Crannies. Wow, in unison.
Wow.
Wow. I'm Danielle.
I'm Sarah.
And it's time for a personal recheck-in, obviously.
Yeah, it is. It's a new freaking week.
Welcome back to this little corner of YouTube.
Yeah.
Where we like to just chat about freaking books.
Yeah.
And I had kind of a big week. It feels like less of a big reading week when it's one book.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I read
it was
so much
massive
of one book. Yeah.
I had a fine week, I guess.
We had some alright times.
Wasn't a very good week, actually. I think I'm in a reading slump, y'all.
Yeah, we gotta get you out of it.
I know.
Come on.
I know.
We'll have to percolate on something that'll help.
Yeah.
We have things that we need to read, so.
We do.
We're just kind of a power through, Sarah.
And I did. Sort of.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
But anyway, we should get right into it.
Yeah.
You have a little more than me, so you gotta start. What the heck? Do you want to do current reads first, or do you want to do reviews first?
Let's do current reads first.
Alright, what are you currently reading?
I'm still reading The Bone Witch by Reyne Chupeco. I read 26 whole pages this week.
Heck freaking yeah, you did. How you feeling about it?
I have absolutely no idea what's happening. I read like 2 chapters. By the end of the second one, I was like, what? I don't think I retained anything.
I hate that.
So I put it down at the beginning of the week. I was like, I can't do this book right now.
Yeah.
I might try again this week and reread those 2 chapters that I read, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just like not in the mood for anything.
For nothing. None of it sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, what about you? What are you currently in progress with?
In progress with?
Yep.
Well, I started a new audiobook today.
Oh.
So I'm only 5% of the way through. But it is The Witch Collector. So on The Witch Vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's by Chris Weeks.
Okay.
And 5% in. But
So
I'm
not
liking
much.
the lay of the land so far.
Cool.
The whole premise right now is just a girl who has magic but doesn't have witch markings and doesn't obviously present as a witch in this world of hers, who wants to murder the witch collector.
Oh.
And that's about all we know. And he's coming today or tomorrow or something.
Oh, snap.
He's on his way to collect witches.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's pretty good so far. I don't know. But I like the narrator. Her voice is fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good narrator makes or breaks an audiobook.
It sure does, dude. Yeah. What else are you reading?
I'm listening to, currently on audiobook, A Soul to Keep by Opal Reyne.
Oh, I like that name.
It's like a dark romance demon vibe.
Oh.
So the main female character is a girl that was offered up as a...
Sacrifice?
Thank you. Offered up as a sacrifice by her town to this dust walker who's a demon.
Okay.
Who eats people.
Oh, geez.
And yeah.
Sounds interesting.
It's very interesting.
Is it saucy?
It's a little saucy. So I'm listening to it on Audible, and I can't figure out how to tell on Audible how much of it I've listened to, so I guessed I'm at about 50%, and there hasn't been too much sauce yet. But there's a little bit, for sure. And...
Is it dark?
I mean, he's a demon, so yeah.
that alone.
And the smell of her blood gets him going, he wants to eat her.
Gotcha. He's after a meal.
Also wants to protect her, so it's like...
A meal and a bang.
Yeah.
I always take little chunks so you don't die.
The language used for her womanhood...
Oh no.
Is disgusting.
Oh no.
She calls it her channel.
Ugh.
And he calls it her well.
I'm
like, ugh.
I don't like either of those.
Put it all away.
That's in the same boat as calling womanhood sex.
Yeah.
I hate that. I don't know why. Do you like it?
No.
Like it. It's a strong word, but do you have beef with it?
Put it away. I hate that too.
Too much. Well, dang. Are you enjoying your experience so far?
I am, yeah.
Okay. Is in this slump of yours, listening easier than reading?
No.
Okay. They're both equally hard?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, damn.
Yeah, when I sit and try to listen to an audiobook, I am not focusing on it at all.
Yeah.
So this one's pretty mindless and just kind of fun, so I feel like it's a little easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will listen to 4 chapters and be like, what? What just happened? Do I want to go back? No, I don't really care that much.
Who cares? Well, shoot.
So,
hopefully it improves this week.
Yeah.
I'm sending you good reading juju.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
Hopefully work will be less taxing this week, and maybe that'll help.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it.
Space.
I feel like when you have limited time, the downtime, you want to divide it between a million things.
Yeah.
And I know I need to just be a vegetable sometimes.
Yeah.
And zone out.
Yeah.
Not pay attention to anything.
For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a hairstylist, and it's currently back to school week in the town that I live in.
Correct.
So it's
disgusting.
Horribly busy with sticky fingered goblins running all over the place. And and it's just gonna continue because they stagger the start dates.
Yeah.
I also live in a college town, so the college starts 2 weeks after the kids, so it just keeps going all month.
You're just gonna be hopefully making good money.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Well, shoot. But anyway,
yeah,
we each have 2 reviews.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you one.
You don't have anything else in progress right now?
No, I do not.
All right,
mine is our podcast book.
Cool.
I finished a couple books this week.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The first one, I finished my audiobook, The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. I was like, I know it. Elle Kennedy, I finished it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you rate it?
I gave it 3.5, which is maybe more than I expected to give it.
Yeah, I'm kind of shook, actually.
3.5. Do you want the good or the bad first?
Give me the bad first.
The bad first.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that the fact that I could have zoned out for 10 minutes doing something else while listening and come back and nothing had happened.
Yeah.
Nothing of importance. I could do that basically any time in the book and it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a problem. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be able to just get... That could have been a 10-page book.
Yeah.
And it just, there wasn't anything substantial in 99% of the book, which I think is most contemporary sports romance vibes.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it was predictable. It was oh yay, happy ending, as you expect with all of these also.
Yeah.
In the end they're going to be in love and do something, be together forever and make promises. And, you know? So, I don't know, it was predictable. Okay. The reason it's bad is because it's the genre that it is.
Yeah. Nothing against the author.
No, not at all. I feel like everything I just said, it can be applied to every contemporary romance I've listened or read.
Certainly.
Yeah. So, it was fine. It was easy listening, but as far as good is concerned, it was pretty cute. I liked the, banter between the 2 main characters. They were fun. And the smut didn't give me the ick.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah. I love it when the smut doesn't give me the ick.
Yeah.
There were no stupid words for genitals.
Okay.
Bravo,
Elle Kennedy.
She did good about it. And they were hot and heavy basically the entire book. So it kept happening, so it's good that it didn't give me the ick.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have finished it.
Certainly.
And yeah, it was easy reading. It was something to pass the time when I could, and it was fine.
Cool.
Yeah. But 3.5 because I didn't hate it. It's actually kind of good.
Yeah.
The story was fine. There was a little bit of hidden secrets that were uncovered between the 2 and some trauma and drama.
Gosh.
But it ended up okay because of course it did.
Of course.
Yeah.
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 Well, cool. I'm glad that you didn't absolutely hate it.
I didn't hate it.
I'm kind of shooketh.
I didn't love it.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't read it again, nor would I read the second one, because I'm pretty sure it's a series.
Oh, goody.
I think I'm good on all that.
All
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
cool.
But it was fine.
Great.
Yeah. What's the first book you finished, Sarah?
Well,
I'm
going to start with this one because I feel like there's something that I want to say after I review this book that will maybe pertain to the next book, too.
Okay.
So I read all of The Haunting by Natasha Preston.
Yes.
Which is a, thriller vibe, suspense, dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Is right. Was it thrilling?
Sure.
Okay, well, what'd you rate it? Before I ask questions.
I gave it 2 stars.
So it wasn't that great.
Well, no.
Tell me everything.
Not this week it wasn't.
Okay. Maybe another week.
So I picked this book up because normally when I'm in a book slump, I will turn to thriller books because they're easy, they kind of suck me in. And this one did.
Yeah.
I couldn't put it down once I started it, but It was really dumb. So, The Haunting, right? You think, oh, there's going to be something paranormal going on.
Certainly.
No.
Who's haunting whom?
Not even a lick. Not even a pinch of paranormal anything.
What the heck?
I was like, that's kind of a bummer.
It
Natasha.
is. I feel like you picked it up hoping for that.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to add to the beginning of what I was saying that I have read most of Natasha Preston's books, and I am pretty certain I've given most of them 4 stars. So that was another reason I picked this up. Like, I knew I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
No. I thought I would enjoy it.
It's an outlier.
This book was also a complete ripoff of the Scream franchise.
Oh no.
Masked killer running around, no one knows who he is, no one can seem to outsmart the idiot killer.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And normally, you've never read a Natasha Preston book. I know I've given you a couple to read, but you haven't yet.
Maybe I will this week.
Her endings are always very, like, kind of leave you on a cliffhanger. But this one was so abrupt that I was like, there has to be more. What do you mean that's the end of this fucking book?
Like, no resolution?
No! At all!
That's terrible!
No resolution at all.
I hate that, especially for a standalone.
Yeah! What the fuck?
Yeah,
Natasha?
rude as hell, Natasha.
So, anyways, I don't really have anything great to say. However, because I always like her books,
Yeah.
I wonder if this week I didn't enjoy the books I read because of my mental state. Like, I just wasn't in the mood for reading.
Yeah.
So, I'm not holding anything against good old Natasha.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one in
Get
however
your
many...
shit together.
Get it together, Natasha. Give us a better ending. And
Yeah.
don't rip off Scream.
Yeah!
What the heck?
Overall, though, it, like, had me in its grips, like I said. Like, I kind of enjoyed reading it, but at the end I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It pissed me off. I was like, that cannot be the end of this book.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I hate to be mad at the end of a book.
Yeah. And I'm never gonna get anything else.
Especially if there's not, like, another book.
Right.
Yeah.
I love when you leave me on a cliffhanger when it's a fucking 8-book series,
Sure,
but not a
great.
standalone.
No!
I'm still mad.
Clearly. Well, damn.
But anyways. I'll stop ranting now.
Okay.
What's your next book?
Well, I finished The Priory of the Orange Tree, and it's like 538 pages this week.
Yeah,
of just
dude.
that book by,
Samantha
Samantha Shannon. Yeah, thanks.
Sorry.
I love how you know authors. I say them once, and you're like, on it.
I'm really good at names.
Great, I'm not, so that's perfect. I can do number stuff.
I can't, so
Great.
we balance each other.
That's lovely.
It's great.
But yeah, I finished that Chonky Chonker because I couldn't put it down.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
What did you rate it? Tell me about it. I need your review.
Well, I gave it a whole 5-star
Oh my goodness.
because hot damn. And I have lots to say. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah,
though,
you can.
Because you have to read it.
Yeah.
And I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did because I told you earlier that there's parts of this rating that I felt conflicted about.
Okay.
Because it was slow.
Yeah.
It's a very slow read, but not in a bad way.
Okay.
But I felt like there was a lot of downtime, and the main focus, instead of relying on like action scenes and stuff, was character building and world building.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the pacing that she had in the book was really fantastic. It gave like feminist Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Like strong, powerful women were the main focus.
Okay.
Their relationships, their growth, etc. Journey during this like, apocalyptic time potentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really lovely. Her writing was fantastic. It was super immersive. Like it made you feel as if you were in the times they were with Old English, etc., the words they were using, and just the picture she painted of the world. And she took you across multiple continents. Like, it wasn't just, like, one little place that we stayed in the whole time. You were freaking adventuring across these 800 pages. There was very little action compared to the rest of it, but I wasn't terribly upset about it. Okay. I felt like it didn't take away from the story necessarily. And when it didn't come up, I was like, hell yeah! But then the rest was so interesting that I wasn't like mad that we weren't constantly in peril.
Yeah.
For a fantasy. And other than that, like, the characters were fantastic. I love them all. Again, strong women and a lot of strong men empowering strong women, which we love.
God,
Snaps
I love
for that shit. And I just love how dense it was and intricate. Like, all of the characters you focused on were super well detailed and multifaceted. It wasn't just like you got, you know, Joe Schmo's view for 1 second. Like, everyone had a depth of characteristics for you to draw from and learn about. And it was just really, really fun. I like the content. It is slow, though. That's why I say I hope that you like it as much as I do. I know you love a slow burn, but it was a lot of build-up.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that I can say, regardless of having given it a 5, was that the last 100 pages was basically the main event. And 800-page book, like, I feel like it could have been more.
Yeah.
And once the event was gone and through, she gave you, like, a few chapters about where characters went after that. Okay. And I don't know if she's planning to write another book after this one, because the other book is a prequel. Okay. The one that's already out. But, like, I want to know more. Yeah. I feel like it was a good setup for another book, so maybe she will, but...
Sick.
It was really good. It was fun. It was well-paced, good writing, good characters. A fun story. Shit was cool, dude.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm excited to read it.
Yeah.
When I'm not feeling like I want to rip all my books in half.
Yeah, that one's you have to, like, you know, be ready for.
Yeah.
It's a thick commitment.
I feel like you are, like, with your talk about being conflicted about the rating.
Yeah.
I feel like Kingdom of Copper was very similar in the, like, slow pacing where there's not really anything happening but you're still sucked in.
Yeah, certainly.
So I don't feel like that's all that conflicting.
No,
so.
well, Kingdom of Copper... Dude, I got it again.
Kingdom of Cocker?
One of those. That and, like, Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms. Like, those two tandem read, both of them were slow as shit.
So
I remember
slow.
reading with you and being like, nothing has happened.
Yeah.
Like, we're halfway through both books.
Yeah.
And it is very much that. And I don't feel like, in comparison to, like, Throne of Glass, it came to as much of a grandiose climax.
Okay.
But I wasn't mad at it. I don't know. I really liked how it resolved. I didn't feel like there was anything missing from it, even though it wasn't super lengthy.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. And I feel like it could lead to a cool series, perhaps, if she decides to go that way. But dragons, freaking...
Oh my god.
Strong world building. I know.
You had me at dragons.
I know. Magic. Different magic than... I think every author who writes about magic and fantasy takes a little bit of a twist on it, and I really liked hers. It's very interesting. Because it's giving... I mean... The orange tree is part of it, you know? Like magic from the earth rather than just people out here popping up with magic.
Yeah.
I don't know, I loved it. It was fun. I want to get the other book and read it. Especially having that one been over, I'm like, now I know about all the people who it's probably going to be about, you know? The story that led to these characters and their adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it lived up to its thickness.
Yeah, it sure did. I know. I was like, I'm really enjoying it last week, 300 pages in. Hopefully it doesn't let me down, and it didn't. I enjoyed myself a lot.
Yay!
It was fun. What's your other review?
Well, I finished The Awakening, which is the first book in the Zodiac Academy. Oh my god. Which is the first book in the Zodiac Academy series. I have no idea who the author is. Sorry.
It's 2 of them.
Great.
And the only reason I know that is because I had to get a screenshot of the book for something.
Cool, I don't know who they are. Sorry, guys. I was listening to it on audiobook and I finished it this week.
Yeah, so. I know you started it last week.
Yeah.
Briefly. Well, would you rate it, Sarah?
Well... Danielle, I gave it 1 star.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I saw that on Goodreads. It was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole damn series that people seem to rave about.
Yeah. There's also people who really hate it.
Well, maybe...
There's definitely two sides there, and I fall on the side that doesn't like it, apparently.
That's fair.
However...
Tell me about it. Why? Why the one?
I was going to say, however, I wonder if, because of my mood this week,
Perhaps, but I don't feel like it would be much higher than a 1. Like, to give it a 1...
You're right. And I do
off your gut.
I have some pretty big gripes with it. The whole thing felt very, like, Harry Potter ripoff to me, which I know I'm comparing another book to another series, but that's what it felt like.
Fair.
But not in a good way. Like, I fucking love Harry Potter.
Yes, absolutely.
Give me all the Harry Potter ripoffs. Come on.
Give me more HP.
Come on.
But in a different variety.
Yeah, this was just not... It wasn't good. The writing wasn't, like, terrible, but it wasn't anything to write home about.
Yeah.
I also wonder if I would have enjoyed it better if I wasn't listening to the graphic audio, because it didn't add anything to the story at all and was more distracting than anything else. Like, there's just sound effects the whole time and, like, people yelling in the background, and I'm like, who's yelling? Why are you mad?
Why?
And there's, like, intense music at not intense parts, and it just, like, really threw off the whole balance of it all.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So I don't know if I can really blame the writing, or if it was more the graphic audio that was throwing me off, but I didn't enjoy it. The biggest issue that I had with this book was, okay, it's like a bully romance, which I learned I don't like. Why are you degrading that person?
Yeah.
And then they're like, he's so hot. I'm like, no. But the biggest gripe that I had with this book was the, like, glorifying of non-consensual acts. And I'm a dark romance girly, but these are, like, children.
Yeah.
And that's not okay.
No.
And there was, like, a teacher figure who was non-consensually doing things to a student who is not an adult.
Yeah.
And that's not okay.
No.
I don't want to read about that. I don't want to fucking think about that. Why are you writing about that? That's not okay.
No, not at all.
So that really ruined the entire book for me, and that's probably the main reason it got a 1 star.
That's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I don't want to read about that shit either.
Yeah, you probably don't want to read this book.
Fair. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a really big fucking issue with that.
Disgusting.
It's really disgusting. Yeah. Outside of that serious topic, though, going back to the writing not being great, the, like, professor names in this book made me laugh, because there's, like, a Earth professor whose name is Rockwell or something like that, and then the fire teacher is Professor Pyro. I'm like, every single professor was named after their power. I'm like, really? Really?
That's how we're gonna play it.
Yeah. Dumb. Way to be,
original.
Really creative.
So creative. At least it wasn't just fire. You
Yeah.
know, a different version of the word.
Yeah. Professor Fire.
Professor Flame.
Oh, and then there's a water teacher who's like Professor Hydra. I'm like, what do you mean? Outside of that, why in the world do we have so many love interests? So the 2 main female characters are twin sisters, and each one of them has, like, 2 different love interests. So you're following, like, 6 people, and I'm like, who the fuck is who anymore? I don't even know. It made it really confusing and hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And then I think there's actually, one of them has 3 love interests, I think. I don't even know. One of which was a professor.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course it was.
The whole thing was just really icky to me, and I didn't enjoy it.
That's
very
fair.
much. I didn't really have anything good to say.
Yeah. I mean, 1 star.
Yeah.
So I think
nothing else.
I don't think it has anything to do with your slump, from what I'm hearing.
Probably not. Now that I'm talking about it out loud.
Well, damn, I put that one on my list because I've seen it around so much, like that entire series. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off then.
Yeah.
I'm good with not reading
I
it.
don't think it's worth it. And, like, one of the male love interests would, like, publicly humiliate one of the girls and, like, in front of everyone, strip her clothes off or burn her clothes or something. Something happened where she ended up naked in front of, like, the entire school, and then we think that's cute. It's not.
No.
It's disgusting.
It is. That's abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And then
terrible.
she, like, turns around and was like, but he's hot, so it's okay. Why are we teaching that to women?
Yeah.
That's not okay.
It's not okay at all. Hold
No.
yourself to a higher standard, my girl.
Yeah, and this book is marketed towards young adults. Like,
Yeah.
new adult is, I think, the
Genre.
genre.
Yeah.
So yeah, why are we teaching this
to 18
young women.
Right. That's not the message to be received.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, dark romance is one thing, but
yeah, when it's like consenting adults, that's
sure.
I mean, consenting.
Yeah, adults being the operative word.
Yeah,
the most important.
And I think they're like adults, but like new adults, 18.
Yeah, but I'm also like a position of power.
Yes, a professor at a school.
Yeah, it's nepotism, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like, no thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks.
And I might be wrong about that. They might be teenagers. I don't know.
Who knows?
But if they are adults, it's like literally brand new.
Yeah.
18.
Freshly adult. Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
It was a real big bummer.
Big bummer.
But
it is what it is.
Now we know
that we don't have to ever read the entire series.
Yeah, and you don't ever have to even look at the first one.
Thanks for filtering for me.
You're welcome. Anytime.
I'll do the same for you anytime I read a book you haven't read yet.
Also, whoever produced that graphic audio, what the fuck were you thinking? Wasn't good.
I really want to try the Avatar graphic audio.
I listened to a little bit of it.
Was it fun? Or did it,
well,
not really add to it?
When I was listening to it, we were still covering the ACOTAR series for the podcast, so I think we were, reading ACOWAR, and I was trying to read ACOTAR, and it was,
too much.
It was way too much.
ACOTAR. Wow. I yawned through about that.
Anyway.
Basically.
So, I honestly can't tell you if it was good or not, because I listened to maybe 2 chapters, and I was like, I can't. ACOTAR overload.
Malfunctioning.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, dang, dude.
Yeah.
Is that all you got?
I think so.
That's all I got.
Sick.
Thanks, friends, for hanging out with us for a sec.
Yeah.
What did you read?
If you read any of the books we talked about today, you gotta let us know how you felt about them.
Sure do.
Did you really, really love the Zodiac Academy?
Are you a fan of Priory of the Orange Tree also?
Yeah.
Come on.
Do you like Natasha Preston? Have you read The Haunting? Was it trash?
Is that one the only bad book of
Or
hers?
is it just my mood?
Is the Graham effect a stereotypical? We have lots of questions.
Yes. Have you read The Bone Witch? Should I keep going?
How about The Witch Cliff? Well, anyway.
Well,
we'll freaking talk to you later, guys.
Yeah.
Happy reading.
Okay, bye.